Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Queer There Everywhere. My name is Glitzy Von Jagger, but you already knew that because you've tuned in or you're listening. Today on my couch, I have the very handsome, very wonderful, very lovely Rishi Khosla. He is a businessman, an entrepreneur. He has a queer production agency. What's the name?
Molly House Media.
Molly House Media. You have started a charity.
Yes, yeah, launching this summer. So excited for that. But thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. We met at your birthday, didn't we?
We did. You were amazing. You were the host of my 40th birthday party.
It was beautiful.
Oh, yeah, it was so much fun.
It was so much fun. All of your family are so lovely.
Yeah, they are. They're amazing. I've got such a big family as well. My dad's one of 9 brothers and sisters, and all their kids and partners, and my mom's side of the family as well, and then family friends. Yeah, it was huge. It was like 200 people, but it was so much work. Did you have a good time?
I had a wonderful time. It was such good energy. Everybody was so sweet, so kind, so professional, so chilled. Everybody was just like so trusting with like everyone. Everyone was just doing such an excellent job. Yeah.
Good. I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
You guys were perfect.
Thank you, my darling. And look, see, other we got lots in the left.
That video of you guys in the left is one of my favorite parts of that whole night.
So funny. 3 drag queens in a lift. It's just one of those.
Finally, came as well to rescue you.
Yeah, literally. But it was about half an hour before I was like, "Oh, girls, imagine if the fire brigade comes and a fireman carries us out of here." So I felt like I manifested the whole thing, and I was like, "Quick, record everything. This is hysterical." Poor Camille is like in a corner, like crying, like, "Ooh!" And me and Honey were just like, stage call girls, like playing up to the whole thing.
It was perfect. It was actually perfect. It was like a great little video to summarize the night, I think, in many ways, at the chaos. But yeah, it was great. It really was.
And how are you?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Like I'm really in a good place actually at the moment. So I'm happy. I'm healthy. I've had years of being up and down, but I think like there was something happening at the moment where I feel like everything's aligning in the right place, and my work's, I'm really happy with my work.
You just sold a business, right?
I just sold a business.
Congrats.
Thank you.
How is that releasing one of your babies?
It was actually, that was really hard because this one, I really value all the people that worked on that business. And they've been really loyal, and so have I, but we've been a team, like a real genuine team that's worked really well. So it was hard, but it's the right thing for me to do. Want to move on. I've got lots of things I want to do. So yeah, sometimes you've got to prioritize what's important. And I think I've done the right decision.
Yeah.
So it makes me feel good. And then, yeah, we're starting this charity, which I'm really excited about, my partner and I. So yeah, it's lots of good things happening.
Love that for you.
Yeah, thank you.
If anyone was going to start a business, would you have some advice?
I tell everybody to do it.
Yeah.
Especially the way I'll tend to. I'll never do it.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. I think like people need to sometimes just get out of their own head and try it. Mm-hmm. You don't know if it's going to work, but at least you've tried. Mm-hmm. And you've got to persevere. You're going to have hard days, but you have that in anything.
Yeah.
And I think when people say, "Oh, one thing's harder than another," everything's hard, but you've got to just trust yourself, trust the people around you, take good advice, and take the risk.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you feel like you've always been a risk taker, or do you feel like that's been something you learned? Is it?
Yeah, I've always been a risk taker.
Yeah.
My father's the same. I think a lot of people in my family are the same. I come from a family of entrepreneurs, like my cousins, and I like that. And I think I think it's just in us. But some people think it's too much, but I don't know. I just enjoy trying to make things work. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But I reckon you're a risk taker, sweet. That's the thing.
I am a risk taker. I'm getting braver and braver, and I think it is one of those things that you pick up chunks of armor as you go along with things, and some things don't work out, and that's okay. And that's in just looking at all the failures are teachings, and it's those are as valuable as anything else, and it's all along the journey, and it's just trying to enjoy the journey, I suppose.
And I think if anyone tells you that they've not had failures or it's not hard, they're lying. Yeah, because I don't know. I think I remember somebody saying once, I can't remember who it was now, so I could be making this up, but why not?
Yeah.
For every success, there's like 6 or 7 failures.
Yeah.
But people only ever see the success. They don't really sell all the other times when you're, struggling to pay the bills or you're late on a deadline and you miss something and something's not worked out, and people don't see those things. Yeah, but and Instagram today, you see all the good stuff, don't you? You see all these entrepreneurs like show off all the fancy things they do, or the fancy holidays or things like that. But actually, Monday to Friday, they're probably sweating, crying, doing all the things. But on Saturday, their life looks so glamorous. So,
Yeah. I think it's really important to share that, because that is what people see, and people, there's not enough authenticity, I don't think, and enough like sharing of like people's vulnerabilities, because we're all going through it and in the human condition, regardless of whether you're building a business or, just the life of it all. Just,
yeah, I think people can get lost in trying to show the best of themselves. And I think that comes from a genuine place. However, for other people to see that, they just believe that's your life. And that's the difficulty. Trying to get that balance between being positive, but also realistic.
Yeah.
And I think, So I'm not stepping out same with business. Like I just think everybody, I really value the advice other business people give me when they're being honest and saying, that was really hard. Or I know people who are worth so much money, who are super successful in my eyes in terms of wealth.
Yeah.
And they are constantly struggling with things. And I'll be upfront and honest, but no, that was really hard and that was difficult, but I had to do it, or that didn't work. And when I hear things like that, it actually makes me want to work harder, because I'm like, well, they're doing it. Why can't I persevere through that? So,
yeah, absolutely. Everyone starts somewhere, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And actually, I think a lot of people like Richard Branson or people like that, they all have stories where things just didn't work out and they lost their money. So, or they've got other things like my son Cal's got dyslexia and how he persevered through that. So I think it's important to show every side.
How do you look after yourself when things are tough and you're working on these like big things? What's the self-care like?
Bad.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really bad. The thing is, right, I have, I guess, an addictive personality. I'm all or nothing.
Yeah.
So when I'm being healthy, going to the gym, looking after myself, I'm in it. That's what I'm doing. But if I'm stressed and I've got deadlines and I've got lots of work happening, those things that slip and I'm nothing. I don't do anything. I'm eating bad and I'm sleeping bad and I'm just trying to concentrate on my work. So I'm really bad at that. And that's something that I really need to work on. But it's the people around me. Like my boyfriend's amazing. He's really good support. And David.
I do. It's lovely.
He's really good.
Yeah.
He, he'll try and pick up the slack and he'll look after the dog. He'll look after things at home, make sure I can go out to work and travel for work quite a lot. So he makes sure that I don't have to worry about things like that. And so, there's people around me. My parents are amazing. Yeah. My brother I'm really close to. My friends are great. They just sometimes you just want to have a night out and not think about anything, and they pick you up. And that's, I hope they do that for them as well. And so, those are things really. Yeah. I think it's probably the same for most people.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, it's very relatable. I mean, I'm the same. I'm an all or nothing as well. And it's, it's when you have the time it's creating that schedule, isn't it? And like, it's difficult to be, if you're like really busy with work, to be, eating correctly, having the, in bed at the same time and getting that, and the exercising and fitting all of that and like getting somewhere and all the rest of it. Yeah,
it's really hard. Actually, talking about routine, I don't know if you're onto this AI thing, but I keep getting like AI calendar things sent to me, and I'm like, maybe I should start using it because it might make my life just so much more easy.
Oh, it will organize it all for you. Okay.
Yeah. Because I don't have a PA, but I need to have a PA. I'm so busy, I really need a PA, but I'm also such a control freak that I'm just like, I don't know if I've got I don't know if I can trust. It's really bad. That's another thing I'm going to learn to do. But yeah, I'm like, I need to get an AI manager who just like sorts my diary out. Don't have to think about it and things get moved to it.
Yeah. So would you trust it? Because I don't know if I would, because I'm a bit of a control freak, because that's why I like drag, because it's like I'm doing like everything. You know.
I don't know. Well, I mean, I don't know. I probably wouldn't use it. I probably got like 6 different apps, not use any of them.
Yeah, right. I mean, I've got like thousands. It's like ridiculous. Yeah, I feel I'd set it up and then I'd be like checking on it. It's like, I think it would the whole thing would give me anxiety. I was like, did the robot get it right? I'm gonna miss something. And like, you know, it is trust, isn't it, to let someone like look after your diary and
I know people do it. Yeah, people actually need to let go. That's something that is difficult to do.
Yeah, let it go, let it go. And how was it growing up gay? What was your coming out like? How was family, school?
For me, it was traumatic. Yeah, it's quite a traumatic process. But I mean, I also think that everybody has a similar story, a similar arc anyway, but then it's just personal to them. No, I've came up, my family are an Indian family who nobody in my family has come out as gay apart from myself. And I think like in the 90s, being gay as well, there was everybody who was gay that was prominent was a funny comedian or was camp.
Yeah.
And that was it, which is great.
Yeah.
But that's not the reality of everybody in this community. And I think first for myself to accept it was quite difficult because I'd only really seen that one aspect, but also seen people belittle them.
Yeah.
And so it was that viewpoint of like, oh no, that you don't want to be like that. And because everybody around you is taking the mick out of them. And then also it just was not accepted in my society of like being an Indian traditional family. And you know, the norm was you'd get married to a woman and you'd have your 3 or 4 kids. And actually even weddings were arranged marriages in my family at that time. So it was quite a traditional background.
Yeah.
So I struggled a lot with that. And then in my teen years, in retrospect, I probably had some form of depression, but didn't realize it and was masking everything. And then I went to university. And at that time, I had my best friend from school who came to university with me, Barbara, and he was amazing. But nobody else knew me. So I was able to slowly come out. And that independence was amazing. And I slowly grew in confidence during that time. And there was a very stark difference to my family life to my university life. And even my school friends didn't know at that point. They all knew, right? But they didn't know.
Okay.
So it was a long process, and it was difficult. But yeah. But I think it's, you talk to all my friends and they have very similar stories. Yeah. It's just slightly different in terms of the family reactions or when they came out. But generally, in that, I think that time, when we were growing up in the 90s and early Section 28, and, which is shocking. We laughed about it and I'm so scared it might be coming back, but
we all are.
Yeah. So, yeah. But it's taken a long time. It's really taken a long time. And then I really officially came out to my cousins and my extended family in 2021.
Oh, right.
Which is only 4 years.
4 years ago.
Yeah.
Right.
Even though I've been out from my friends since I was 19.
Yeah.
My family, I've kept at a distance.
Yeah.
Which has been sad. But now, in the last few years, it's that cliche, like, it does get better.
Yeah.
And why didn't I do it years ago?
Yeah. And it does get better. We're here to tell you that.
It does.
Any young members of the LGBTQ community, it does get better. Yes.
And also, it's okay. Like, it's okay. Like, it's all okay.
Yeah.
It's not, it is a big deal to you, but it's really not a big deal to everybody else.
Yeah.
And in that moment, you think it's the end of the world. You really do when you're growing up, because if people around you aren't telling you any different, But that's why I think like it's so important that, you know, people are more visible, and that, you know, that you have podcasts like this, and you have Instagram in the good side is that, you know, you can see people living their authentic, real, genuine, normal lives. Yeah, well, it is normal, you know, and yeah, it does get better.
Yeah, it does.
And we have a great community who all support you.
We do. Yeah. Community is so important.
Yeah. What was your coming out like?
It was, I mean, for me, the trauma of it was just everybody already knew from a very young age, from like 6 onwards, and at home, at school, on the streets, there was a lot of abuse and bullying, and I entered the foster care system at 11 because things were like really bad at home, and had to go into like court and basically estrange myself from my family because there's a lot of stuff going on, and it was kind of it was just a lot in everywhere. I had to move schools a few times, and it was like basically I'd watched Oliver Twist too much, and so I was like, I'm going to London, I've had enough. And so for me, 11 years old, marching down the M1 motorway on my own.
Wait, no.
Yeah. It was just
You're from Wakefield, right?
Shaky Wakey, yes, Shaky Wakey. And you know, my mum had me very young, and then she just had very, very bad taste in men, and they were nightmares. So it just all got too much. So I ran away from home, got picked up by a cop car. I don't think I got very far. She just, you know, like 5 minutes down, you know, because there's like nowhere to walk on the motorway. But I didn't know that. I was like, and you're literally, I mean, it's very dangerous. And they brought me back, and I was like, they're like, where are you from? And I didn't want to go back to where I was from, so I was like silent. And then you know, I had to give me a drink and a snack or whatever. And then eventually they sent this like very young, very cute, handsome policeman in, bright blue eyes. He must have been like 19 or something, and he sat down, and I told him everything because, well, he was cute, and you know, a sucker over a smile, blue eyes, and then it was like a children's home and foster care and things like that. So the coming out wasn't. Everyone already knew. It was all the abuse because everybody knew, basically. Yeah. So the coming out was a relief. I can't when I was like 19 and things like that. But I don't know. I mean, for me, I'm very effeminate and queer presenting, in or out of drag, whatever. I feel like I come out in like every space I step into and every new place. And there's always a bit of about it, you know, and I still get stuff on the street and go out of drag, people saying things, especially in this climate, things have gotten worse.
Yeah.
But what I've realized is that I can't share my art and inspire and have the nice comments and hold space for joy without also the yin yang of it, of like people also being like triggered and uncomfortable, and you know, so it's just about, you know, reminding myself it's not about me, it's about them. And, you know, I've done a lot of work. The therapy, yoga has been like my life, you know, that has saved my life. Sobriety, medicated for ADHD, read every self-help book, you know, done all the things. But I think the thing that really helped was trusting myself and being my own best friend rather than my own worst enemy, and realizing that the circuitry of like the trauma and the abuse and the things that we learn isn't true, and that I can rewire it, but it does take a lot of work, a lot of like the affirmation isn't doing it. Whenever I hear this in my head, that, you know, that imposter syndrome, or training myself, if I say anything negative about myself out loud, and saying something positive, because, you know, your mind hears all that.
Yeah, it does.
And it's,
you can start believing it.
Yeah, and it's not true. And I guess you do when you've been through a lot of that, you do believe these things because you don't know any different, and so you have to reparent yourself, which is what I had to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also what you were saying about every time you walk into a room, you feel like you're coming out and go, I think that's for me. I feel like that as well. Every environment you go into, you when people ask you about your relationships, they presume you're straight.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, no, I've got to,
especially for you, because you're masculine presenting. Like I don't know that people would know, so it must feel like that you have to like tell them every time, right?
Yeah, every single I think every single time I do, but they probably, I don't know if they, or they might know, but they presume they've got to say it female to not upset me in case I'm not gay,
Right?
you know, and that's also triggering in another way. But I feel like people don't need to do that, and you know, in grade skeptical stage, we're like, oh, do you have a boyfriend or girlfriend? But oh yeah, no, we've got a boyfriend. Yeah. Will we get there? I don't know.
Or just a partner. Are you with anyone? Have you got a partner? You know, isn't that easy?
Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because also some people are asexual and some people are aromantic, and you know, just to be, I don't know, asking any question with intention, and you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I saw I don't know if you saw is it Pink News put out an article yesterday that we have got the most 18 to 24-year-olds are the highest proportion of being out as being an LGBTQ plus, which is great.
Yeah.
I think it's like 10.6% are officially out.
Okay.
Yeah, which is really, really good. So that's good. It's going in that direction. That, you know, I think there is a younger generation, which is like, it is just, we are who we are.
Yeah.
Which is,
yeah,
go.
Yeah, they definitely don't have as many hang-ups.
No.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, although, do we live in a bubble because we live in London?
We do.
You know?
We do live in a bubble. But I don't know what your advice would be to people in the community, but my advice would be to get yourself get yourself in Glinda's bubble, because it's like, it's rough out there in some places, depending on where you've grown up and what you've been around, or you know. But there's several pockets, like a city.
Yeah, a city. You do need to be in the city. I think like that's a shame that we're still at that stage. But yeah, it's true. You know, and my confidence has come out because of the people around me. It's, you know, that's what's built me up and continues to build me up. You know, whenever you have a hard time, you need to be like, sometimes it's yourself, but actually sometimes it's the people around you who go, no, you're great. We're all there for you. Or actually sometimes you have that bitchy friend who tells you you look like crap, but actually, you know, they're telling you because they love you.
Yeah.
I know, like, but in that way. So, yeah, you just need to build yourself, your little family around you. But like we were saying, generally in our community, we are good. You know, if we see, I think for me, people around me, my friends, you know, people that we know,
yeah,
they all want to support each other. And if anyone's doing anything, we're there first. We're cheering them on, and you know, that's really important.
Definitely out and proud.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's important. And you know, I think luck for me is being born into a country like this.
Oh my gosh,
you know,
yeah.
We still have so much to be lucky for, and whenever I'm like manifesting or praying or wishing, I always do a gratitude list, and I try to do that every single day. And like before I go to sleep, I'm like, thank you for, you know, the food, and you know, before I eat, like, thank you for this food and the roof over my head. And I know this is weird, but darling, you know what I'm like, I'm spiritual, get into it. And you know, and it works because it fosters that like that gratitude mindset, so that you see the magic everywhere, and so you feel good. And then it's, because I don't know, like wishing, like wanting for things, it's almost like I don't know, it's I find like a gratitude mindset fosters an actioning of dreams mindset as well. I think they work together really well, because when I'm like longing for something, it's always like I'm taking away from what I already have. And you know, and we've got so much to be grateful for still, even though the media might make us think otherwise, because it's like that fear-based tap 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 to get us to...
We're incredibly privileged and lucky to be born in this country and to have the options that we have. And yeah, we need to be grateful all the time.
Yeah,
you know, because we don't have that. So
100%.
But then that, I think, should spur us on even more to like
help everyone else.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but I think that's probably what you're saying as well. In terms of, if you recognize and you're grateful for the things around you, it makes you want to do the things.
It does.
You know.
Yeah.
Do you know, we do this? Well, I say we do this thing. In my head, I like to think we do this thing. Every New Year's, we try and create like a vision board. On that vision board, we do try and put down the things that we're happy and grateful for, not only the things that we want to achieve.
Yeah.
And I think, then you can sit back and go, we can be really proud of ourselves and not beat ourselves up for things we haven't yet achieved.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of a little bit like the same. And I say that we do it every year. You haven't done it every year. We've done it 3 times in the last 8 years. But,
Still,
something.
yeah. Absolutely. I love that. I'm going to incorporate that.
Yeah.
I love a good vision board.
My sister-in-law told me about it. She does it every year with her kids. And they're very positive as a family. And that's where I got it from. They were like, yeah, we should sit down and we decide, we look at where we've come from and where do we want to go and how are we going to help each other to do that as a family. And I think that's so cool. Like,
it's really cool.
Nice.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
You got a little doggy, your family?
I do. Yeah, little Ziggy. Ziggy's a Cavapoo who's turning 4 next week. And we love him. He's the best part of our little unit.
What are you doing for his birthday?
We're probably going to get cake for ourselves to eat.
While he sits side eyes you.
I know. He doesn't actually, whenever I eat food, he doesn't actually come up to me. But when David eats food, he's always like on top of him. I think it's over years now, I've just taught him not to. So I'm very strict. I'm like, no.
Are you the bad cop?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm the bad cop as well.
Yeah.
Jonah's like he can do no wrong.
Yeah, David just feeds him everything. Yeah, and then he's sick and vomiting. David's like, oh well, it was the fee, and that then I'm
happy in that moment.
And then we have to starve him for 2 days because he's vomiting diarrhea. I was like, gosh, yeah, but I'm definitely the stricter one, and he definitely has more fun with David. However, he snuggles up more to me.
Yeah,
which I constantly remind David. He's amazing. I love him. But he's got George as well, so similar.
It's the same relationship. Georgie is like the most snuggly with me and the most like calm and relaxed with me. Because he sort of, I guess, has more boundaries with me, but he does have a lot more fun with Jonas because Jonas, like, I don't know, rough plays with like, I don't know, all that sort of stuff, and gives him naughty things. And I do give him a bit of cheese.
Do you? Yeah.
No, just a little bit, because he just loves it. So I'll give him like the teeniest bit because he like comes scurrying. He's just these big brown angel pleading eyes, and I just
we used to use cheese actually for our training. It worked really well.
Yeah,
like because they do love it.
They love it.
Yeah,
they go nuts for it.
I know, it's like their drug of choice, isn't it? It's just love it. And now Ziggy, we've got this little tree cupboard that is actually a low. It's like on the bottom half of the kitchen, and he just goes up to it and just like paws it, and then stares at you, and then paws it and stares at you. It's like, Ziggy, it's not tree type.
It is right now.
And then he just comes sits on top of you like, come on then. What are you doing?
Cows are demanding.
They're so demanding.
Yeah. He gave me like the filthiest look because I stopped petting him yesterday. He, it was like I'd like murdered his entire bloodline. He was like, how dare you? Like furious. He glared at me.
But they have the best lives. And so I think when they don't have something like there's a one, they think it's the end of the world.
Yeah.
Right. I wish I had their life. Something to is just, I don't know. Honestly, he goes out. There's a dog walker who picks him up in the morning. He goes to the fields out somewhere, I don't know where, and they probably just go right around the corner. But in my head, they're like in the country, running around, and he spends like 3 or 4 hours with his other friends.
Yeah,
then comes back, and then you're at home, and he's demanding a walk within like an hour. So we go out for a walk, and he has his treats and comes back and feeds his food, and then just snuggles up.
He's getting massage constantly everywhere. It's a really nice life, isn't it? It is a dog's life.
It is a dog's life.
Yeah.
So they've got more friends than I have.
Especially if you've got, like, you want to be a doggy with gay parents.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, 100%. They have amazing outfits.
Yeah.
So George's outfits. That is so cute. That kind of matched what you were wearing.
Oh, that wasn't on purpose. There's do you know the brand Lazy Oaf?
Yes, yeah.
They do amazing dog harnesses.
Yeah, really. Yeah, really good. But even like all the little things like that, we've got Ziggy's beds from a company called Labrador and something I can't remember now, but the bed is amazing. It's so comfortable. It's really expensive, but it's amazing.
Oh, no, send it to me.
Yeah, I'll send you one.
Yes, please. Oh, love you. You was going to stay with us.
Yeah, Dad's gonna come. We're gonna come to Australia in the next 6 months. So
Fabulous.
yeah.
So back to you, gorgeous. I want to know, what are you most proud of?
Most proud of. I think it's my resilience. Like we were talking a little bit earlier about work, and it is hard. There are days where it's really tough, and I've had really difficult times financially. Struggled with a business partner I used to have, and I think I'm proud of the fact that I've come through it. Yeah, definitely. At the time, it was difficult, but I tried to stay positive, but it was difficult. But I am really proud. And it's cliched, but I am proud of who I am today.
Yeah.
I really, and I know it sounds so cringe.
It's not cringe. And I think more people should be proud of who they are. And I always say, I don't really care about the opinion of other people. And I don't need the validation of others. Of course, it's nice. But the only thing that really counts is if you have a good opinion of yourself and you like who you are. You can look yourself in the eyes in the mirror and you're like, you're doing a good job. You glued your lace down, Glitzy, and you're. I think it's important to be proud of your own horn. You've got to toot your own horn whilst staying humble, and all of those things. But I think for me, it fosters a healthier mindset when I'm being the grooviest glitz. I'm being.
I completely agree, and I think if you're in a good place, you can see the good things in yourself. Obviously, you've got to recognize the things that are bad. Others loads.
Yeah.
But they're not things that are harming anybody.
Yeah.
The things that you can work on, or sometimes you don't need to, because why?
Well, that's it. It's almost about not giving yourself a hard time and being graceful with yourself as well. Because, sometimes sometimes you need a pizza and a veg out. Do you know what I mean?
You had about the months about.
Did you? I love the plant burger.
Yeah, it's really good.
Oh, it's so good. I can do 3 in one sitting sometimes.
No, I had Johnny Irish chicken sandwich.
Treat yourself.
And then David was like, "Is this all for yourself?" And I was like, "Yes, it's all for me." He did manage to eat half the shits, but
Sharing is caring.
Yeah.
What brings you hope?
What brings me hope? Gosh, what does bring me hope? I guess I think it's different things, actually. So I think if I was to think about what we're talking earlier about coming out, what gives me hope is that we are all wanting to help other people. And I think that's really good and really powerful. And that gives me hope. And I think, that's in that scenario. But what else gives me hope? I don't know, maybe that's quite difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is difficult, which is not the way I'd want it to be. But what gives you hope?
What gives me hope? What gives me hope is people.
Yeah.
I think humans, what we create, how we care for one another. It's especially in a big city like London. It's those little moments of magic that you interact with, the things where those moments of chat and connection, and it can just even be with a person for 5 minutes you chat to on a tube, and you connect on something, that smile and that and you give each other a hug and you're like, have a great day, it was lovely to meet you. I don't know, just those little small moments of magic connection. I think connection gives me hope.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say my niece and the nephews do as well, because they're so innocent, and they just look at you like you can do anything. Do you know that does give me hope. But I do agree, it's connection with people and the people around you or the people that you see, and I think really important that you got that. So
Connection, creation, community. Can't think of any of the C words.
charisma.
Charisma, uniqueness, love, talent. What is your biggest superpower?
Gosh, I feel like I'm going really big headed now, but
No, do it.
I think like forgiveness. Oh, I think I'm really good at forgiving.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like holding grudges.
No.
So I think like if you can, and then it's healthier for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It
Absolutely is.
And I don't think I've fallen out with some people, but but if I saw them tomorrow, I would give them a hug.
Mm-hmm.
And I do forgive, yeah, anything that, and hopefully people forgiven me for things I've done to hurt them unintentionally, but it's happened. And so, but yeah, I can't hold a grudge. I don't want to hold a grudge. I don't want people to suffer because of that. And I also just think, yeah, hold you down. Why let it hold you down? Move forward. So I think forgiveness, definitely forgiveness.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your superpower?
Ooh.
How long have we got?
Wait,
me
thanks, darling. I love forgiveness as well. That's a really great one. It's one I had to learn very young with stuff with family, and yeah, you just can't hold on to that stuff because it just holds you back. And it's about putting yourself in other people's shoes and knowing that what they've been through as well. And we're just doing our best. My superpower would be, I think, kindness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm very kind.
Yeah.
I don't think I know I am. I'm very kind, and I try to do everything with intention, and I try to make sure that I am making everyone feel good and okay and safe and happy or joyful, or being an ear or a shoulder to listen or cry on, or to
Very
show up.
space around you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely feel when when we're around you that we feel very comfortable, which I think is really good.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I think it probably comes from never feeling that way as a kid.
Yeah.
And so I just wanted to be that. And I think I do that by being authentically myself. So when I'm like completely authentically myself in a nice way,
Yeah.
it allows everyone else to relax and to open up. And yeah,
I think probably I presume with the drag as well, it's built up your confidence to be able to be yourself, but therefore then you make other people feel like they can be themselves.
yeah,
Because I think that's a real struggle sometimes to be truthful about who you are to yourself, but then to do that with other people is such an, you need to be, I don't know what the words are, but when you need to be really vulnerable.
yeah,
And I think doing drag, I would presume, I'm dressed up in drag, but I don't do drag. And I think doing that, you need to really be willing to put yourself out there.
yeah.
Yeah.
You do, although it is like a superhero cape, and it depends what you're doing creatively. The most vulnerable things I have done artistically has been like this show, and opening up about what we've spoken about with my childhood and things like that, and being completely authentic in that. For a long time I've been very authentic in a yoga space when I'm teaching about my spirituality and things like that, and the things that help me and guide me, and those beautiful teachings that I just wish everyone did it. It's just everyone do yoga. It's just the best. But and yeah, and my music as well, putting like my stories into song. That's a different layer of vulnerability. The drag is like the vulnerability of my queerness.
Yeah.
And like celebrating that. So it has like healed my shame around my campness and my femininity, and allowed me to flourish as an artist. And
Did you know coming out as a drag artist difficult, and how would you compare that to when you had to come out? Even though you're saying everybody around you knew when you were a child, but you officially came out when you were like 19. Did you, which did you struggle more with?
I think that the drag, even though it made me feel uncomfortable, like doing it, because I'd cross dress like as a club kid here and there, but it was always behind closed doors. No one had ever seen it on social media. To put that out there and felt uncomfortable, the change and the growth, especially because I was a bit booky when I first started. Like I'd never done the makeup and and I was aware because I had eyes. So but like
You knew.
I did know, but I also you have to have this like sort of like a little bit of like unshakable bravery to like go out there and do it and just get on with it, to like push through it, to get better at it. But it's hard when you have taste.
Yeah, yeah.
Because then you're like trying to like get to the place that you want to get to with it. The thing that I found the most difficult about coming out as a cross-dresser in drag and all that thing was certain members of my family didn't react well and weren't so into it.
They find this harder.
Yeah, they did. They found it harder than the gay thing, because the gay thing is just more widely accepted. It's like all the rhetoric that we used to hear in the 80s in the media, that's what's being like pictured, like trans people, this and that. And it takes such a deeper understanding of not just queer culture and identity and like biology, and like it's just like it's a lot for people. I think it's I know there's members of the community
Genuinely think it's a mental illness, whereas I think it's taken a long time for people to think that being gay is actually something that you're born gay or a lesbian or queer, and but if you come out as trans, or if you like dressing up in women's clothes or men's clothes in drag in some form, people think, well, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
How do you want to do that?
Yeah.
And they don't have the sympathy or the empathy to think, well, this is what people enjoy in terms of the drag.
Yeah.
And when it comes to trans, they really find that hard to understand. And you can understand questioning it in a kind way by trying to understand and learn, be knowledgeable, because everything needs time for people to understand if they've never been exposed to that. And I fully accept that. It's the unkindness when they attack and the way that they approach things, I think, is just cruel. And I think like like you were saying earlier, like walk into a room and some people might think I'm gay, but some people might not. And although that annoys me because I am who I am, and why does that matter? When you walk into a room and drag, it's undeniable that drag. Or when you walk into a room, sometimes with trans people and they're in their transition phase, it can be really hard to walk into a room knowing that everybody's staring at you because of that reason, but yet they're also judging you. And it's horrible.
It's a hard one because it's like you're wanting to be your most authentic self and play with all the colors in the paint box and all the sandpits and all of that sort of stuff. But that you're also putting yourself out there even more for that potential vitriol. And so the bravery does come with the excitement and the fun and the joy of it, but also the anxiety. And but it's
also not just the words as well. This is the thing, people are physically hurt, and both are bad. I'm not saying one's worse than the other, but both are bad. And I think people really need to calm shit down.
People need to chill the fudge out. It's crazy. I was attacked in drag a couple of years ago, Shaftesbury Avenue. I left a bar I'd been performing at, and this guy like grabbed me on the street, was shaking me, spitting in my face, calling me the T word. And luckily my cab came and I was able to get in and things. But
you don't know what it could have been.
I don't know what. And there was nobody around. It was like 2 a.m. It was like it's scary, and you know, and I know lots of stuff that has happened to lots of my friends and things like that. But it's also scarier not being ourselves and not moving it on. And the thing is if you know, it's the patriarchy what we're talking about.
Yeah.
That's the reason why this is all like it is, because you know, when we go back to like the first nations, the first people, it was not a problem, and it was celebrated. It was just, you know, it was just a fabric.
It was part of,
Yeah.
it was part of their society.
Yeah.
And actually, like you said, they were celebrated, they were lauded, and they, you know, and actually they were performing in places and everybody would go. And yeah, it's I blame the British Empire.
So do I. Colonialism.
It really did. Yeah, when you go around to all these countries that they took over, they changed a lot of views.
Australia, America.
Yeah. You know, and I think that's what, you know, I genuinely think that's what happened. And it's horrible what it's done. And then now you have, well, Trump and, oh gosh, I can't even go into it. Truthfully honest with you, it's so raging.
Let's not give that mango any of our energy. Oh, I don't even like calling that because I love mangoes. It's just like, oh, just that's delicious. Yeah. I don't know. It's a lot, and we just
Well, we've got to be positive. We've got to be there for each other.
Yeah,
and that's what we've got to do. You know.
Yeah. Do you have a spiritual practice?
Well, I'm Hindu.
Yeah,
but I would be lying to say that I do everything that I should be doing. I don't. My family, my parents are very religious. My grandparents are very religious. And if I had children, I probably would bring them up as Hindus. Yeah. But I am open to other religions and other spiritual practices.
Yeah.
So I just think it's all about faith, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
You know, people who don't, I'm fine with that as well.
Yeah, same.
Do you?
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, I like the idea of sometimes going to a temple and praying, and it gives you it gives me comfort.
Me too.
So
yeah.
And yeah,
I find any sacred space, it feels like an energy portal for connecting to, you know, a higher power, whatever that is that you believe in. And yeah.
We were in Seville recently for a wedding. Seville. Oh, it's God of the beauty, a build of the beauty, but the cathedral there, stunning. But you walk through it, and it's busy. It's everywhere. There's so many people, but you still feel really. It's like a powerful draw.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I do.
Yeah, I love that. And yeah, churches and chapels and temples and synagogues and everywhere. And they've all got like this special feeling, I think. Even the ones, there's some Hindu temples in this country which are shockingly bad. They don't have no money spent on them.
Right.
But when you're there and you're praying, you still feel something, which I think is, for me, it's really important.
It is for me as well. I think everybody should have some form of connection to their spirituality, even if it's just you believe in gardening or something and you're putting your energy into the earth and it's grounding, or just something that you know, I know it's like a not religion, just a connection to faith, like a, you know,
it's a spiritual side.
Yes,
it's not the rules and laws. It's what do you feel?
Yeah,
as opposed to what other people tell you.
I think it's really healthy. I think we need it, and I think
yeah. There is probably something to I mean, actually, I was going to say, it's probably is something there if you look back before all social media and all the internet and like that. You know, religion was a big part of people's lives, but I actually think it was more a big part because it gave them some kind of purpose. And I think there is probably something that is needed there to give people purpose as opposed to just looking great on Instagram.
That's what I was trying to get at, that I feel like there's been a dearth of that, and I hope we find our way out of this.
Or have a revolution against it all.
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't know. I'm addicted to all social media. It's too much.
It's too much.
But I can't put it down.
I know. We're all the same. They've got us.
I was in a TikTok hole last night.
A TikTok hole?
Yeah.
For how long? What, is it the reels? I had the reels. Just those 2 seconds.
At 1:30, I was like, I need to stop. And it was 2:30. I was like, no, I need to.
And it keeps you awake.
It keeps you lying in bed, like, oh my gosh, should I look at my phone? I was like, no, I shouldn't look at my phone. David would have killed me.
What's your favourite reels?
I love interior design stuff.
Oh, do you?
Love it.
So wholesome, though.
Yeah.
I love that.
I love
Like a makeover.
I love a maker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love a scene. I always forward, if they're longer videos, I literally just go to the before and after. Love them. But then I also criticize them as well, which I also love doing. I'm like, so I love that. I love hot men.
Oh, who
doesn't? So I love that. And then I love watching like reality TV, but in short bits.
Oh, which ones?
Well, I'm addicted to the Traitors US.
Oh my god, I'm obsessed.
Are you watching the US?
Yeah, we've got a new episode tonight.
Tonight?
No.
Oh, yes. Yeah, well, I've got 15 minutes left of this episode. Okay. Because I only managed to watch this morning and I was like,
I was upset Bob went, but also he was like on one. So.
Yeah, he was on one, was it? It was, but also, do you not find that they're all so obvious this year? Like in America?
Yeah.
It's just like, how are people not realizing who's It's just.
Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite in there?
In the American one?
Yeah.
I love Dylan.
Oh, Dylan Efron.
Yeah.
So cute.
So cute. But also, I think seems innocent.
He's so easy and so switched on.
Oh,
he was like, straight away. He's and I think it's all the exercise he does. Like, he's so healthy. It's like,
just when's he going to take his top off? That's what I'm asking.
I mean, that's what everybody is asking.
Yeah.
And I'm loving Alan Cummings' outfits as well.
Yeah, they're amazing. He's iconic. Although I think I prefer Claudia as a presenter.
Yeah, she's
We're gonna. I don't know if I told you this the other day, but we're gonna hire the house out and we'll do it as a party next year. You have to come back to me. That's 100% our beam is Claudia Wickman.
No, I have 1,000 Claudia Wickman.
We're just gonna get everybody the same way.
Amazing.
And we're just gonna get people dressed with different Claudia Wickman.
Are you gonna play different Traitors games?
Yes. Oh, 100. I'm imagining there's like 20 Claudias around the table.
Brilliant.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
It would be everything.
So yeah, you got to come.
So good. Do you know what I love as well though? The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. My roots
this season.
Yeah, I won't say it.
Dorit
is our
favorite.
Do you know what? Dorit has always been one of my favorites. Everyone's always given her jip. And I was like, no, I feel like I'd be really good friends with her.
Yeah, I like her. And I've actually, even PK, I like because he's got that British humour in whatever's going on between the two of them. I've always liked them.
Yeah, I find. But she's really like coming to her own. And I love Bose.
Yeah,
I love her.
She's so
cool.
Yeah. She's really beautiful. And she just knows her self-worth. She's just like so hard with lots and I know it.
Strong.
Yeah. And also I find it hard with Garcelle and Sutton because I do like them, but you're just like, come on, you're the new Lisa Rinna. You're just playing up to the camera.
Yeah.
I feel like
I just find Sutton a bit cruel sometimes.
Yeah, she's definitely cruel.
I find like how she's a bit selfish and like
she's not self-aware.
Yeah.
Kyle obviously is a great producer. She produces all the drama.
Yes.
So she's very good at that, but can't hate her for it because it's 14 seasons of great TV.
My only problem with that show is that the episodes are not long enough.
Yeah, they go really fast.
They go so fast.
Yeah.
I'm so engaged. I love it.
Yeah, like last episode we just watched yesterday. And did you watch yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I thought it was like 20 minutes.
I know it's not. It's like 50 minutes, but that's how it is with me as well. I just enjoy it that much.
Yeah,
I do miss Lisa though. But this cast is really good.
This 6 of them was really good. I do think if Kyle left, they'd need to bring Lisa back. Yeah, and then I think like Lisa will fall out with her duple again, but that's fine because I love
Lisa Rinna and Lisa Vanderpump. That would be that would
be great.
If Kyle left and they brought both the Lisas,
they would need to do that.
Yeah,
that would be really good. And Lisa Rinna, I do love her. And yeah, she is chaotic and she's crazy, but she knows the assignment.
Mm-hmm.
She comes prepared.
Yeah,
like she knows what she's doing. So yeah, she's great. And Harry Hamlin with his bolognese sauce. Yes. I want this bolognese sauce. You can buy it in America.
You can?
Yeah, they sell it now. They've made a little business out of it.
Oh my gosh, I want it. I love Lisa Rinna. And I love Erica Jane as well.
Yeah, I love her.
She's
she's been through it.
She has been through it, but she always wears a heart on her sleeve, and she's
she's fair.
She is fair.
Yeah. She doesn't take shit from anybody.
No,
a little bit from Kyle, but that's it. Yeah, she's good. They're a good cast. There's only a few that I've never really liked. I don't really like. Oh, it's the witch. Remember the witch?
The witch. Oh, I go with the dark head. I lived in the Gothic mansion. Yeah. No, I wasn't a fascist. Was she British? Yeah, she was British.
Yeah. I didn't like her, and also I liked Brandy.
I like Francie. Crazy, great TV.
Love Kim.
Oh, Kim was brilliant.
She's iconic.
Iconic. And I mean, I love all of the sisters.
Yeah.
Kathy
They
Hilton.
do their own show.
Amazing.
I don't know why they just don't do their own show. I mean, they should. So 3 of them would be great.
They're so good. But I love Paris as well.
Yeah. Do you like her show?
Yes, I love every Paris Nicole, like The Simple Life and the.
Did you watch
all of it?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Amazing.
We've watched too much time, haven't we?
I feel like we're watching the right things.
Yeah. That's the only Housewives I watched. Did you watch Dubai?
No, is that good?
Do you know? Because I think it's been cancelled, but the second season was good. Ian from Dubai.
Yeah. Who was on The Traitors. I was like obsessed with her, so I was going to watch it.
It is amazing.
Yeah.
She is just everything. Yeah. She is carrying that show, if I get honest. But it's worth it.
2 seasons.
I think it was only 10 episodes per season.
Okay.
One of those things. Do you watch Housewives of Cheshire?
No, so the only one I could like properly get into, because everyone's like, "Oh, New York's really good," but it was so long ago, and I want to start from the beginning because I'm like a starter completer. Is that I watched it and it was like the production was like so like I'm jokey, so I couldn't get into it. Is Cheshire good? No. No, by your face, it's a no.
I find it really funny.
Okay.
I find it. I've not watched that much, but whenever I've seen it, I think it's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like when you compare it to Beverly Hills and the people they have in Beverly Hills and the lifestyle, and then you've got Cheshire, and we're obsessed with saying they live in Cheshire like it's the most amazing place. I mean, it's a nice place, but it's not like Beverly Hills.
No, it's not.
And I think it's cringe, but in a really bad but good way that I can't stop watching episodes.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, it's just like I watched like a few episodes, and every single one of them, there was screaming and there's shouting across tables, and there's like, it's just. I think it's just constant
Drums.
Yeah, but it's quite embarrassing that I don't know if people in America watch it, but they must think like everybody in the UK is just like that. So like,
I mean, I don't know what they think of us. Gosh, I mean, like the reality TV of it. What we got? Like Geordie Shore, Towie,
Made in Chelsea.
I mean, RuPaul's Drag Race UK.
Oh, that's good.
That's great.
I think actually the UK version is probably better.
I love the UK version.
I think it's just the humor,
the realness.
Some people are more kind.
Yeah.
You know, although we've been starting to rewatch because everything for Vivian, and we watched the first season. The first season was amazing. Then we watched the second season, and I didn't realize how cool everyone was. There was a little bit of bullying at Coffee to be good with, and then there was bullying towards Lawrence. And then Lawrence was bullying. Who's the other Scottish?
The Scottish. I know the one,
but yeah, it sounds like there's a little bit of like. But then I know season 3 gets more friendly again. But yeah.
I really liked the last season. Season 6 was so good. A return to form.
Yeah, so good. Right. And I thought, actually, I did think the right person won.
Same.
I think the top 3 was perfect. Perfect. It was really good. Really, really good. Really strong. But would you do it? When you're in Australia, would you do the Australia version?
Well, would I do it? Yes, I would do it. I would do it. I would. It would be a wonderful platform for everything else that I put out into the world. So I mean, the thought of like the reality TV of it all kind of is like, it's
that's a big production.
It's a big production. You're opening yourself up to that fan base and your comments and that. So that whole thing, I'm like, let's see how the album does and see how it's. I don't know. We'll see. It's like, I can't really be bothered to learn to sew as well. It's like, I mean, I can sew. I've done it on and off. It's such a huge part of it.
Yeah.
Such a huge part of it is the looks and is the catwalk and that whole thing.
It's expensive as well.
It's so expensive. The singing, the dancing, the acting, the choreographing, the writing, fine. Not worried. Like the Snatch game, not worried. Like all of that.
Who would you do in Snatch?
Oh, well, I don't want to tell anyone.
No, don't.
I don't want to tell you. I'll tell you afterwards.
Yeah.
Because they're good. Yeah, good. Yeah, they're good. I would do it. I mean, look, I love the show. I've watched it from the beginning. I would do it. I'm like so triggered by that question. This is a good platform. It is a really good platform. It's an amazing show.
It's just widely, I think, universally happy when you watch it. And RuPaul is amazing, right? Like I don't know what RuPaul's like in real life, but what he has done for this community is probably the most of anybody currently living it. Yeah, we got a lot has.
Yeah,
You know, and I think he needs his props more.
100%. I agree.
You know,
I agree.
did you see there was that clip where he was on some trap show and they said, "Oh, RuPaul, you're a drag queen," and he was like, "No, I am the queen of drag." And you're like, "Well, yes,
He is. Yeah, he is the queen of drag. Like, you know, I mean, give that man, that woman, their flowers, because
Did you watch his house tour on his digest?
fabulous.
Was it? It's just insane.
Insane. Was it? Yeah. It was so draggy. I loved it. Loved it. No, I love him. And actually, Michelle Visage, I don't know if you've seen the new Down Under season. She hosted it. She's the new host of it. She's real.
Is she?
She's really good.
Yeah.
That was, I think that was my favorite season of Down Under.
The latest one.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll start watching it because we've almost finished season 2.
Yeah. There's Lazy Susan as a queen on that. I just loved. Yeah, but there was some really good queens on there. It'll be interesting. It's going to be if I audition for that, because I'm going to be living in Australia, so doing Down Under it'd be interesting to see how that would go as a London queen.
I think it would go really well.
Yeah,
to be honest with you, I think it would be really good, and I mean, I'm fully supporting you in that.
Wow, thanks, darling.
And I think you'll be great at it.
Thank you, honey. Yeah, no, I mean, we'll see. TBC. What about you? What's TBC? What you've got coming up? What would you like to promote? Where can everyone find you?
Well, I guess it's just more the charity is my big thing then. Yeah. It's going to be called I Am LGBTQ plus, and we're doing a campaign. Been launching in Pride Month and trying to just get some collaborations and partnerships. You've been one of those videos. Which
I have. Yes, thank you for having me.
Yeah, no, it was really good, and I was looking at it all today actually. Seeing your clips, it's amazing.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's really good. And the photos are incredible.
I saw some of those photos. I was like,
that's so good. We might be doing like a launch where we just put all the photos, like a photo gallery or a of everybody, launching the whole campaign that way.
Yeah.
So really excited about that. And we just want to grow that and see if we can support as many people as possible. And everybody's been really good. Everybody has been willing to give up their time and energy and being really up for a lot of things, which has been great.
I think as a testament to you, though, you harbored that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And then, so that's really what we're focusing on. And then get married.
Ooh.
We're engaged,
yeah,
but we're going to get married.
Yeah.
So that's something that we're going to do soon. That's it. There's a lot, I think.
It's wonderful things to look forward to.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much for being here. You're absolutely amazing. Thank you for sharing yourself, your stories, your wisdom. Yeah.
Oh, no, I've really enjoyed it. My first podcast.
Is this your first?
Well, yeah, pop my cherry.
Oh, I hope I was gentle. The thing is, you're just going to want it enough.
Yes.
And then, it just blooms like a gorgeous garden.
Yeah, no, I've loved it. It's been really good.
Oh, opposite. Thank you.
A few things on a minute.
Absolutely, darling. Help yourself. Whatever you like, my love.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. And thank you all for tuning in, for listening. Lots of love till next time. Mwah. Be kind to yourself and each other.